What's up everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to get around a certain invisible wall to explore a decent chunk of the lower left half of Forza Horizon 3, but there's also some pretty interesting things about this location, so let's get right to it. We're going to be starting right here on the map, which is just left of the barn find. The hill in front of us is really easy to get up and around the invisible wall, and if you follow my line then you won't really have issues. After you've gotten over, there'll be an invisible wall blocking you on the right side for a little bit. When you get up to this tree is where the invisible wall stops, and you'll have a little bit more room to move around. You can also go around this tree and head back the other direction, which we'll be doing later because there's something pretty interesting that way. First, we're going to follow this route along the normal road, and this can take you all the way down to one of the waterfalls in the rainforest. Whenever you reach this section of the rainforest, you can actually drive up the hill a good way and fly around this area that I marked out. All the trees here are solid, so I would watch out for them compared to other areas inside this breach. Two of the interesting things that I need to point out on this side of the breach is the rock wall where the waterfall is located. If you pop your vehicle into the rocks, you'll happen to see the end of the map, and it looks like there's a small little path through the rocks on my left side, which you'll be taking for a very short time. You really gotta be careful here because you do have a chance of popping out of this wall and it will put you back to the normal side of the map. After you found the dead end, we'll head right around this area because this is where the second thing I want to mention is located. If you fall off the map and hit the rewind button, you'll happen to see a set of red lights underneath the map. I actually showed something like this in another video for Surfer's Paradise, and the same type of thing happens here when you roll back time in either replay mode or just hitting the rewind button. It's best to see this at nighttime. Since I got those two things out of the way, we'll move over to the left side of this breach, and most of the trail is pretty small along the border of the map, so there isn't much exploring you can do here besides checking out the river. When I first arrived here, I was hoping you could drive along the whole river like the overhead map shows, but sadly you can't. However, there is something I do want to show here that's really interesting. Since the game has been released, I have been finding stuff underneath this map time to time, but I have never ran into a car spawner in a video game. If you look closely, you'll see vehicles either trying to change colors or changing whole vehicle models down in that hole. You also will see the Drivatar in the minimap going off like crazy on the left side of my screen, which I believe is trying to find my location. I have tried to get closer to this area, but there really isn't anywhere closer unless you drive off the river and hit the photo mode button before your vehicle resets. The only other thing over here is a trail that you can take up the river to the Pink Lakes. You will mess up a lot here, and there's multiple chances you'll either fall off the map or you'll fall back to the normal side of the map. Other than that, this will conclude this video, and make sure to smash that like button if you thought this was pretty interesting, and I'll see you next time.